Hello guys, now that we have learned about how you can connect OpenAI API with the nodes in your AI workflow, let's learn how you can also connect other models using a really effective system called OpenRouter. So here we are on our canvas. Click on the plus, search for HTTP request, and it's dead. Here we have some options to choose from. Firstly is the method field, in which we are going to choose the get option. This enables, so here we are going to use the post option, which will enable us to send a text message to the model and gives us a result in return. And this is the URL. In the URL field, you would have to paste this particular endpoint. It's like sending an order to a place in which it's processed and then returned with a result. So this is where all our requests are going to end up and produce a result. Just copy this link. And we're going to enable the option of send headers and send body. In the headers option, we're going to make two parameters. The first will be the authorization one, which would tell the API who all are authorized to access it. And in the authorization value, we're going to write better, after which we would place the API key. Now I'll go to your OpenRouter account, in which we click on the keys option. So you'll be directed to this page. You have to create an API key. Let's name it as demo 1. Credit limit should be left blank to get unlimited credits. Here we have the API key that we would copy, and settings of our HTTP request node would place the API key. And you know why it's important to place it right after the word better? Better is it's like a digital access which allows you to use this API key. It says that, hey, I'm allowed to use this to the OpenRouter. And in the second parameter, you're going to write content type, which would essentially just define the content that you're using. And in this case, you would be using application/JSON. So here is an important detail that you should know, and we'll cover this in the future lectures as well. We're using JSON because it's one of the most widely used text format for machines to read. And it's also easy way for us to deal with. We'll also dive deep into understanding how this works. But for now, let's understand that it's one of the most important when we're dealing with APIs and stuff. Moving forward with the body part, we're going to choose JSON as the body content type, like I just explained right now. And in the specify body, you're going to be using JSON again. And in this text box, we're going to write a simple JSON formatted text so that it understands it. So here I pasted a really simple code in JSON format. You can just paste this in your system to test it all yourself. So it just says that the model that I'm using is Mistral AI, and the message sent is hello. So this is the message that's going to be sent to the model, and accordingly it will replies. Now let's see whether this step is being executed correctly. So here the node is executed. We just wrote hi in this content, and this content that went to the model, and the model gave its response in this format, in the JSON format, And you can see the response here in this content field, which says that, hello, how can I help you today? It's nice to meet you. So we can see the role is assistant because it's obviously the model that's giving the response. And this is how we actually can get a response from model using HTTP request. And yeah, by the way, you can see the JSON content in 3 formats. We have table, in which we have ID, provider, model, etc., and all the other details. We also have the schema option, which is pretty more reliable as compared to JSON. That's what I feel. But still, JSON is perhaps the better way to read stuff. So yeah, this is how we can use HTTP request to use OpenRouter to fetch a model within a large set of models available out there by just writing the model name over here, like we did with Mistral AI, and authorizing that then the key that we're using is enabled for getting a response, and setting the method as post. So in this video, we learned how we can use the HTTP request node to get a request from a model out there. In the next video, let's learn about how you can dynamically change the input text that you give to the model and trigger the first node without having collected manually. See you in the next video.